Now, the only locally produced farm radio show with agricultural news, information, interviews, in-depth weather, and more. It's Terry Henne and his Farm Show on 100.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW and online WSGW.com.
A mostly sunny good morning to you. I hope your day is going well for you, wherever you might be. Terry Henne here at Radio Center, along with Matthew Lester on another beautiful sunny day. Summer-like, looking for a high temperature of about 82 degrees. Once again, 56 for a low tonight. That's pretty typical for about the end of June as far as our temperatures go. And that's what we're going to be looking at not only today, but also tomorrow and Sunday. And then we'll be a little bit warmer next week, but we'll get to all that in just a minute here. Nice day yesterday. Once again, great overnight, quiet, mild temperatures. We had quite a bit of fog out there in some spots earlier this morning, but everything is pretty well cleared off, and a very light breeze. That's in the forecast. So very nice day. High pressure dominating our weather over the Tennessee Valley, and we've got a low pressure system over the Dakotas, but that's not going to go anywhere over the next couple, 3 days. It's going to try to affect our weather sometime maybe tomorrow afternoon or tomorrow night, but we'll highlight that weather forecast for you in just a second. Matthew, what do you have temperature-wise right now?
Currently, over at the airport, it's sunny at 67. Over in Midland, it's sunny at 68. Here, Radio Center, it's sunny at 66. We have variable winds at 3 miles per hour, and our pressure's at 30.28, and it's falling.
Hot spot in the state where you would expect it to be, Southeast Michigan, Detroit. Right now they're coming in at 75. Howell is looking at 73, just to kind of give you an idea. Troy down in the Detroit area, 72. Jackson at 72. Then you move a little bit further north, temperatures a little bit cooler. Especially in the central and western parts of the Upper Peninsula, where we are looking at temperatures in the mid to high 50s overall. 82, as we said before, is going to be our projected high. There will be a few clouds around, just like it was yesterday. Nothing to really mess anything up, but just a few clouds around late this afternoon. Partly cloudy skies tonight. We'll have a light south and southeast breeze under 5 miles per hour. So if you're going to be in the stands tonight watching a football game or just out and about, you're really going to enjoy tonight. Hardly any wind at all and very pleasant temperatures. 56 for a low tonight. That'll probably be late tonight and early tomorrow morning. Tomorrow, 80 degrees for a high, 60 for a low. Partly cloudy skies is what we're looking at. There will be a few more clouds around, and there will be some spotty shower activity. If you take a look at 127, that runs north and south right in the central part of the Lower Peninsula, everything to the west of 127 is going to have a better chance of seeing some shower activity. I think the southwest third of the Lower Peninsula and the northwest third of the Lower Peninsula are going to have the best chance of any measurable amount of precipitation. If we get anything at all, it's going to be a trace. It's going to be a nuisance. But it's not going to last very long, and it's just not going to be a threat for any outdoor activity. Clearing off tomorrow night, we're going to be looking at a low temperature tomorrow night of right around 60 degrees. So a high tomorrow of 80 and a low of 60. More of the same on Sunday. Sunshine, 84 for a high, 60 for a low. And then we move into the work week next week. Sunny skies to take us all the way through at least Wednesday. And I think we're going to see partly cloudy skies, if anything, on Thursday. Temperatures in the middle 80s throughout that period of time. Now, we're going to be quite mild, quite a bit above normal. You're going to be taking a look at Cincinnati, Ohio, Chicago, Illinois, the central part of the continental United States. You're talking 90s in all of those locations as we approach the work week next week. You could very easily see 90-degree temperatures in the central part of the country over the weekend, and all that activity is going to stick around because we're looking at much above normal temperatures to take us all the way through the 25th of the month average as far as the precipitation goes. So That, in a nutshell, is what the weather is all about. And we'll talk a little bit more about the weather as we go through the program today. Coming up, Matthew, we're going to have a special guest. We'll be talking to her. She's going to be speaking at the big Michigan Agribusiness Association fall get-together. So we're going to be talking to her while she's in transport, traveling up to Mackinac Island. So that will be coming up. And, of course, we'll be taking a look at the markets as well. Standing by there, who are we going to have today?
Coming up next, we have Kevin Pike from Star of the West, and we also have Doug Klein from Oppenheimer.
But before we get to all of that, we want to remind you the weather forecast brought to you by the folks at Nutrient Ag Solutions.
Nutrient Ag Solutions has the local expertise to recommend the corn, soybean, and other seed products that are the best fit for your field. Plus, unparalleled agronomic support with products and services to unlock yield potential and improve crop performance from planting to harvest. Ask about our financing options to help you get more from every acre and lead the field. Visit your local Nutrient Ag Solutions branch or go to nutrientagsolutions.com.
Say, do you want to unlock the secret to higher yields? If you're applying dry fertilizer, the key to better yield potential is Titan XC. Titan XC is a fertilizer biocatalyst that unlocks and releases the bound up nutrients in granular fertilizer, promoting better root uptake and plant growth. Drive performance this season and beyond. Release more nutrition. Expect better results with Titan XC. For more information, visit lpi.ag/unlock or contact your Nutrient Ag Solutions crop consultant today. Time to talk a little bit more about our folks at RoofMax. Very good reason why, because this is a perfect time of the year to have somebody walk around on that roof and give you a free roof assessment to make sure that everything is in order once we roll into fall and the winter season. Why should we do that? Well, very simply, you like to maintain your equipment. You like to maintain your car, your lawnmower, whatever you might have in the house, your furnace. You like to take care of those things and make sure that when you need them to work, they're working. Well, the same thing goes with your roof. Probably even more important, because if you get a leak, you got a problem. And the folks at RoofMax, and in particular Ben, askbenhow.com, he'll step up there, give you a free roof assessment. He'll tell you if there's any spots around there that need to be touched up. If you need a new roof, he'll tell you. If you don't, the chances are he's got a product that's called RoofMax that's going to restore the flexibility of your roof and extend the life of it. It's going to save you thousands of dollars in one big headache. The idea is that it's safe, it's quick, and it comes with a transferable warranty. Remember, askbenhow.com. That's the web address. 989-859-6751 is the telephone number. Remember, a little care today is going to save you a whole lot more tomorrow. Let's check the markets right now and see what's going on. Kevin Pike over at Star of the West joining us. Kevin, how's things looking on this Friday?
Yeah, things are actually looking pretty good here this Friday. We have some pretty good jumps here with corn and soybeans here today before this report comes out at noon.
I was just going to say that report, we've got one coming out at noon. Do you think we're kind of jockeying for position a little bit?
Yeah, with this report, it's not typically a big mover for wheat, but we could see a good shakeup with the corn and soys. Over the last couple of weeks, we've seen private surveyors forecasting lower yields with dryness and disease concerns with corn. Their estimated yield range for corn was about 182 bushels per acre to 189 bushels per acre. And last month, they reported 188.8 bushels per acre. And with soys, we are estimated at 52 bushels per acre and 54 bushels per acre, with last month's reporting 53.6 bushels per acre. If we fall below those numbers, we could see a good shakeup with the market, depending on how hungry we are with some bullish news. Another thing to look out for in this report is see if or how bad they cut the U.S. soybean export forecast with no U.S. or China deal in the horizon.
That's really played a big role right now in our markets, that lack of export business.
Mm-hmm. Yep, but it seems like next week we're going to have the U.S. Treasury Secretary meet up with China's Vice President in Madrid to discuss some trade deals. So hopefully something comes out of that.
Yeah, that would be nice. So right now on the board, what do you have, Kevin?
Yeah, on the board we got cash new crop wheat is down 2 at 4.90 on the white, 4.15 on the red. Cash new crop corn is up 4 at 3.59, and cash new crop soybeans is up 10 at 9.59.
As far as the harvest goes, are we seeing a few more beans coming into the elevator?
Yeah, we started around this area. I was getting some beans in here. Good reports so far, but we'll see that tick up in this next coming weeks.
Yeah, the thing is, the early harvest usually isn't indicative of what it's going to wind up being. But right now, it looks like the dry down is not only progressing rather rapidly, but it's going to continue with this dry weather.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Especially with next week with that warmer weather coming in.
Yeah, that's going to be something else. You take care. Have a great weekend, Kevin. Enjoy some of that nice weather, okay?
Thank you. I will. You too.
Will do. Kevin Pike over at Star of the West. A little bit more in depth as far as what the markets are doing. Doug Klein from Oppenheimer joining us right now. The market report brought to you by Thumb Bank, working with agriculture since 1895. You know, they keep up with a lot of the changes that are going on in agriculture, and there's tons of them. Some of those changes you could say are challenges. Very good reason why you should be working with somebody who keeps on top of those things and kind of pairs them up with the your operation and some of the changes in your operation you're going to have to make. Thumb Bank can take care of it for you. 13 locations throughout the Thumb and the Great Lakes Bay. Thumb Bank, where relationships are built on trust. Market Report also brought to you today by the folks at Michigan Truck Spring of Saginaw, your complete parts and service headquarters for light, medium, heavy-duty trucks and trailers, as well as buses and recreational vehicles. Quality parts, quality service, competitive prices for well over 45 years. 800-358-4751 or buy online at truckspring.com. And don't forget that Service Bay is open weekdays till 11 o'clock. Doug Klein, good morning.
Oh, good morning.
For once, I saw the soybeans moving up nicely today.
Yeah, they're doing okay. That's, I don't know. It's kind of possibly hooked to oil a little bit. That's up $1 today, the crude oil. I think the traders are just happy, not aggressively doing anything right now. The stock markets are happy. They had another good week, hit a new high on the S&P today. The NASDAQ composite, the NASDAQ 100 all hit new highs today, and they're still floating around break even, maybe just a little bit up. The Dow Jones down 0.5%, but no big deal. Silver hit a new high today for the year. That's kind of interesting. 42.61 was the high today, so they still got some wheels. Copper's holding up okay. Yeah, everything's just okay today. Nothing earth-shattering, which is not bad. Something can do a little resting, maybe rest my eyes a little bit.
Hey, there you go. That'll work.
All right. Yeah. So here's your numbers. The December corn 424.5, up 4 3/4. The March corn 441 3/4, up 4 1/2. The November soybeans 1044.5, up 11. January soybeans 1063 1/4, up 10 3/4. The December wheat 520 is down 1 1/2, and the March wheat is 537 1/4, down a penny. Crude oil is 62.80, up 95 cents. Heating oil 230 1/2, up 2.8 cents. Gasoline 194 1/2, up 2 1/4 cents. And natural gas is 323 1/4, up a penny. Crude oil, or I should say currencies, Canadian dollar, US dollar buys $1.3858 Canadian. That's up 29 ticks. The dollar buys 147.81 yen. That's up 61 ticks. The euro's at 117.18, down 15 ticks. The dollar's at 97.74, up 21 ticks. Gold's at 36.55, up $10 an ounce. Silver's 42.34, up 55 cents. Platinum's 14.25.40, up $10.90. Copper's at 459.10. That's up a half of a penny. So not much.
I guess not. A half of a half?
Yeah, a tiny bit.
Well, I guess. But I imagine that's a pretty good size jump.
Yeah, you never know. I'm dealing in big poundage, I suppose.
I guess. So again, wholesale gas prices, what were they?
Sitting around $1.95.
Okay, so we still got a ways to go.
Yeah, they could afford to give us a little.
No, we
I
need
mean,
it.
before the Kroger points expire.
Yeah, there you go. Well, the food prices, I saw the latest information come out on that, and it looks as though food is climbing still in the grocery stores. So I need to have something to offset that.
Right.
So
I know.
Let's get that fuel down there just a
I
little bit.
know.
Doug, you have a nice weekend, okay?
All right.
All right, talk to you later. Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at Freeland Bean and Grain, with harvest upon us in some areas and right around the corner for others. Might be a very good idea to plan ahead here just a little bit, because once you get that crop off the field, you're going to want to prepare that soil for whatever. Some folks putting in cover crops, other folks working it up, and they're going to put some wheat in. You know how that works. All you got to do is get in contact with Freeland Bean and Grain. Vic Huffer's got some solutions for you if you've got questions. Remember, serving you is their business, and they've been doing it since 1983. That's Freeland Bean and Grain. Lots of activities coming up in the next couple of weeks as far as agriculture is concerned. One in particular, the Michigan Agribusiness Association is going to be having their fall outlook meeting. That'll be up north, Mackinac Island. One of the folks that's going to be speaking at that event is Alex Dunn. Alex, good morning. How are you this morning? Alex, are you there? I think she's in, I know she's en route. Alex, are you there?
They just wrapped it up. They will.
Okay, I think she's still talking to someone else. What we'll do, Matthew, is we'll take a quick break, and then we'll see if she's available. We'll be right back.
The versatile Kubota B-Series is a do-it-all tractor. Run powerful attachments that can be easily switched out. It features a hydrostatic transmission and is simple to maintain. The Kubota B-Series. It makes the hard work look easy. Talk to your local Kubota dealer today to schedule a demo. Built upon a solid foundation of cast iron and steel, the Kubota L-Series is part of our under 100 horsepower tractor lineup rated #1 for reliability. They feature powerful Kubota diesel engines and easy operation. The durable Kubota L-Series. Talk to your local Kubota dealer today to schedule a demo. Go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
See Kim Weiss at Lingle Equipment, 3001 Sawyer Drive along I-75 at the M81 Carroll exit just south of the Zilwaukee Bridge, Saginaw. Call Kim today at 989-754-7801 or email at k.weiss@lingle1.com.
Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at the Michael Sarr Crop Insurance Agency. Take advantage of the good things, protect yourself against the bad. That's what it's all about. That's what you should be working toward when you work with the folks at the Michael Sarr Crop Insurance Agency. It's called risk management, being prepared so we're ready to go. That's the idea. Your agents, they can be reached directly on the cell for questions or emergencies, or you can give the main office a call at 989-868-4722. Remember, the Michael Sarr Crop Insurance Agency is licensed to serve all of Michigan with both conventional and organic crop insurance. Now, I think we have Alex on the line with us. Alex Dunn, good morning. How are you this morning?
Well, good morning, Terry. It's great to be with you. What a beautiful day in Michigan's thumb bread basket.
Yes, it is. Alex, the reason why we're talking here is because you're going to be talking to some folks here coming up. What are you going to be talking to, or who are you going to be talking to, and what are you going to be talking about, Alex?
Well, we are heading up to Mackinac Island to meet with the Michigan Agribusiness Association for their annual meeting, and there are going to be just a whole bunch of great growers and folks involved in the agricultural business here in the wonderful state of Michigan. And we are going to be talking about the issues that are facing agriculture here in the state and also nationally. And there are no shortage of topics there.
And as far as the topics, I know one of the things obviously is going to be trying to restore a healthy lifestyle for a lot of folks.
Yes. We just this week, in fact, on Tuesday, Bobby Kennedy Jr., our Secretary of Health and Human Services, who chairs the Make America Healthy Again Commission, MAHA Commission, released their second report on making America's children healthier. And I have to say that through the good work of the agricultural community, all came together, worked very closely with Secretary Kennedy's advisors, and spent a lot of time this summer talking to them about agriculture. Secretary Kennedy is a lawyer and had spent a lot of time before he was the secretary actually bringing lawsuits against pesticide companies. So personally, he's not someone who is a big fan of pesticides, and so there was a concern that he might try to take pesticides away from growers in some way, or at least create a lot of fear around them. And we came out. They came out with a report this week that really is just right on pesticides. It explains how important they are to growers. It explains that they are very strongly regulated by the EPA. It explains that there's a lot of innovation happening with precision agriculture, and a lot that can be done and is being done with soil health and improving soil health. So, Terry, I got to say, we're going to give them a good shout out for working and listening to agriculture and issuing a report that was much more positive than a report they issued back in May that wasn't as positive about these things.
Well, and again, communication is key, and conversation is really important as well. And I'm glad that that's happening right now, especially with agriculture and our food. It's so important because we still have some of the safest food anywhere in the world here in the United States.
Well, U.S. food is valued for our own tables, and the yield and the affordability of food. We also, Secretary Brooke Rollins, who is the head of the United States Department of Agriculture, the big champion of our food system and our regulatory system. And I agree with you, Terry. It's never too late to have a good conversation with people. Fewer and fewer Americans are familiar with how food is grown. And so you can get people in policy positions that, they're trying to do the right thing. They, like you said, they want to make Americans healthier, have them eat more fruits and vegetables and eat healthier. But then they start maybe trying to write a policy about how to do that. And they might say, well, a good way to make people healthier is maybe have less pesticides. And then, you just sort of have to explain, well, if we have less pesticides, we're going to have more crop loss and food prices are actually going to go up. So maybe that isn't exactly what we want to do. So, we got to a really good place with them. And I think you're right. Conversation is key.
Alex, thank you so much for sharing. We really appreciate it. I know a lot of folks are going to be looking forward to your presentation. You have a safe trip, and I'm glad that you had a chance to be a part of Michigan and Michigan agriculture.
Oh, it's so beautiful here. I wish I could just stay for a week.
All right.
I might.
You just might. Alex Dunn, thank you so much. Alex Dunn, again, speaking at the Michigan Agribusiness Association. Joining us right now, Stephanie Zelenko with AgroLiquid. Stephanie, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I'm well. Thank you.
Well, we were talking about harvest. We were talking about pesticides. We were talking about food safety. Everything all on top of each other. And this harvest with the dry weather, I got a funny feeling it's going to be sped up just a little bit.
It seems that way. We have soybeans outside my house every morning. I look, it seems like they progress closer and closer to harvest date as we go, that it's even noticeable. So I think it's that time of year. Start thinking about what you need for harvest. And for a company that does a lot of research, I'll put the plug in. If you've committed to companies that did research, now's a good time to figure out what you have and remind yourself what you have out in the field. That way you can get those guys those results back, because it not only helps those businesses, but it also helps your farming operation know those extra things that you may have added or tested if they did provide that benefit for you.
Yeah, that's a really good suggestion. Stephanie, thank you so much. You have a great weekend, okay?
You too.
Will do. Stephanie Zelenko with AgriLiquid. Chuck Cervinsky joining us right now from Maple Hill Nursery over in Midland. And Chuck, we're talking about the weather. We're talking about dry weather. What do you think?
Water, water, water. The rain that we have gotten the last 2 months has certainly not been enough to carry plants that needed moisture through the summer. And plants are starting to show signs of dormancy early because of dry condition. We're getting yellow leaves and things that we don't normally see. And lots of calls regarding watering, and it's a must right now. And it's imperative that any landscape plants that were planted this year and even last year are watered on a regular basis. We're talking probably 3 times a week to keep the root systems moist. Lawn sprinkler systems are great, but right now they're just not adequate because you need to get down to the bottom of the root ball, and you can do a trickle system that can be effective. But the quick solution really is to use a water hose and soak each plant individually right now, and that's going to be the best way to get that water where it's needed deep into the plant's roots. And in some cases, that's between 10 and 24 inches down, depending on what you planted.
Yeah, but at this stage of the game, water, 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 that's the key. If somebody's got some questions, you got the answers. How do we get a hold of you, Chuck?
Give us a call here at the store at 989-835-4708, or stop by and see us. We're here Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, Saturday, 8 to 4.
Very good. Chuck Cervinsky, thank you so much.
Have a good weekend. We'll talk to you next week.
Talk to you next week. We'll be right back.
Farmers need a grain bin, equipment, a new farm shop, or cattle barn? United Producers Credit Services has been serving the lending needs of farmers since 1932 and now offers a flexible leasing program with 100% financing, flexible terms, and added tax benefits. Even the upfront project costs like concrete, plumbing, and electrical can be included in the entire financing package. To learn more, call United Producers Loan Officer Ashley Culp at 989-430-3424 or visit uproducers.com.
We're talking about the weather. It's not unusual to have temperatures in the mid to upper 80s. A year ago, our high was 87 and our low was 56, and we didn't have any rain to talk about either. So carbon copy pretty much from last year to this. Back at 12:30 with an update. Now we conclude our program with the playing of our national anthem, brought to you by Euclid Avenue Coin in Bay City.
Broadcasting from the Stormmaster Exterior Studios, WSGW, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland, WSGW-FM, Carlton.